A lot of you will take a look at this screen and think, how the hell has a meme coin trader got nearly $1 million sitting inside his Phantom wallet? He must have just pumped all that money in himself from his rich parents. But no, I've not done that. Instead, what I have done is I've started deving, and I'm going to show you the step-by-step process that has allowed me to have nearly $1 million sitting in my Phantom wallet.
I think we should celebrate.
This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Okay, everyone, your patience will be rewarded. We are at the live demonstration portion of this video. First of all, let's take a quick look at this coin here. This is a really interesting one because, as you can see, this coin has got these two massive peaks, and then in between, there's not really a great deal of activity. So what looks like it might have happened is, towards the start, we might have had a really intense build-up right at the start where all the hype is for the coin. And then, as you can see, there appears to be just this immense drop, and that is probably where the dev has removed some partial liquidity. And that is something that we are going to do as well. Well, not partial, we're going to do it fully. But, you can see how the dev can at any point just take everyone's money and then just dump it anyway. And that's why that coin probably lost a lot of its hype, because there's this peak here, and then there's eventually this peak here. But, are you going to wait that long? So if you see a P&L that looks like this, you'd think that's really strange because there's only a few transactions here and they're just bursting up every single time. And that's probably because they are a dev. And what happens is you invest a tiny amount and then let everyone else do the work for you. So we are going to use createcoin.fun. This is the platform that we are going to use to create our own coin. All we need is a little bit of Solana and the ability to push some buttons because, as it says here, there is no coding required. Okay, we don't need to know how to code in order to get this coin on the market. That is an absolute game changer because it used to be back in the day that you needed to code your own coin. We don't need to do any of that now. It's all done for us, which is fantastic. Let's take a quick look at some of the markets that are available to us. So initially, when you develop your coin, a lot of people go on to Pump, and the problem with Pump is that everyone else is also doing that. Every time you launch a coin, you are launching alongside tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of shit coins. All those coins are just piling in, and yours will inevitably get drowned out unless you are excruciatingly lucky, but at that point, you might as well buy a lottery ticket. Now, let's switch over to the dynamic BC on Axiom, and that shows us the Matora market. Now, as you can see, we've got a much different story here. A lot of these coins, they are going up like crazy into the millions or billions. These are the ones that have been running for a very long time, and they go into the billions because they've got loads more space to breathe. Now, you need about $100 in your Phantom wallet. I've got 105 today, so we're going to use that money to launch our own coin. So we're going to connect our wallet first. If you already have your wallet on the browser, it will automatically detect it, which is wonderful. If you were to go the traditional route, you would make your own coin. You'd come up with a symbol, you'd come up with a name, you'd, base it on a Trump tweet or something, and then you'd launch it and then hope for the best. But that takes loads of marketing and time. We don't want to use either of those. Instead, we are going to use a tool that createcoin.fun has, which is the copy trending tool. Now, this is something that detects trending coins on Pump, so coins that already have the hype behind them, and we can copy them and move them over to the Matora market where we have a bit more space for those coins to breathe. So this is great for us because it means we don't have to spend all that time and money marketing. Instead, we can just take the stuff that's already been marketed and just run it. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of information on all of these coins, their name, when they were last paired, how much their potential market cap was based on how well they did last time. So you can use this information to make a decision on which coin is right for you. However, these are all good choices, okay? There's not really such a thing as a bad choice here. I mean, I could pick any one of these, doesn't really matter. Let's pick this dinosaur one. Why not? We can pick a dinosaur one there. And I know it's got a lower market cap, but just to show you that even the lower market cap ones can make some serious money, we'll do it anyway, okay? So now you're going to get request blocked. You need to hit proceed, confirm, tick the box, and confirm. So this is a standard part of the process. I have to do this every single time I set up a wallet for one of these videos. So do not worry, this is just something you have to do as part of this process. Just go ahead and do it if you want to make that money. Now, we've made the coin, but it's not on the market yet because what we need to do is put a bit of liquidity behind it. So we're going to create our liquidity pool. And the way we do that is we just put a bit of our soul into that coin and then we are ready to go. It sounds very spiritual, but I just mean the cryptocurrency. So you've got a bunch of information here. You've got the amount of tokens, you've got the name, and you've got the amount of soul. All we need to worry about is the amount of soul. Okay, now what I tend to do is I put in about 0.1 0.2 Sol. You can put in a little bit less, you can put in a little bit more if you like. 0.2 seems to be what works for me best. You can experiment yourself as well. For your first time, I would suggest putting 0.2 in, as that's what's consistently got the results for me. So we are going to create that pool and confirm that transaction, and then we will be on the market where we will be able to see the current status of our coin. Here we are. So we've got the name, we have got the amount of tokens, we've got the name of the pool, we've got our Sol. It's all in there, all that money. Now our estimated value is currently at $15.37. Remember this number because it is going to change later. But before we get to Dex Screener, we need to boost our token. So we hit the lightning bolt. This boosts our token on the Dex Screener trending list for 1 hour, maximizing visibility. Okay, it costs us 0.25 Sol, but this is the secret ingredient that gets us that money really quickly. We are going to make that 0.25 and then some. So this is always worth it. I do this every single time. So we're going to boost there and we are going to hit the confirm. Okay, so once that's done, let's have a look on Dex Screener. Okay, I'm going to switch to Dex Screener. We can have a look at how our coin performs. So what typically happens is we get an initial massive boost because of the boost function on Dex Screener. So you can see there already we are kicking up really high. This is fantastic. So we are at liquidity 1.3k. Brilliant. We are at market cap 1.9k. So as you can see, we are going past a load of those coins that were on pump already. Okay, so we're on 2k now, so that overtakes most of them, which is fantastic. Now I'm going to run this for a little bit, but whilst I do that, and then I'm going to switch back to create coin and show you the closing part of this process. I make money off of these videos, and if you want to make some money too, if you leave a like, subscribe, and a comment, I will put you into a prize draw where you could win half of what I make in this video. Now back to createcoin.fun. So what we can do here is hit refresh and we can have a quick look at our estimated value and see how much that's gone up. We've gone from $15 to, there we go, so 1.48k. okay, that's how much we have made this video. This is an excellent amount of money. We've made nearly 100x'd. So we take 100% of that liquidity. We're going to remove all of it and put it straight into our pocket. So let's hit the confirm there because we would love to be paid. Yes, please. Now here we are. Let's look at the Phantom wallet. Remember, we started with 105, $1,425. Guys, not many people are on this method at the moment, but that will soon change. Get on it now.